I am the true alpha male, the living legend of hair loss and your personal hairline hero. I have my note here because what I do is like I see highlighted comments come in that I want to make a response to, and then I'll just write down a little note on here so I'll know, you know, a couple days later when I make a new batch of videos, having just woken up and my hair looking like this, I'm like, whatever. it'll play into the whole feel of the video. But the note here says, Zach Wick, Norwood 2, age 25. So let me pull out the comments here and scroll through my comments and see if I can find Zach Wick. All right, here we go. He's responding to a video when a hair transplant backfires, causing women to respect you less. So Zach Wick said this, quote, "Hey Nick, I'm 25 and I have a pretty good head of hair at the moment, but I can tell my hair is thinning on my crown. The front of my hairline is good, probably in Norwood too, but I think my crown will eventually bald because my dad and grandfathers have small bald spots in their crowns. So my question is, when should I start buzzing or shaving my head? Should I wait until it's completely bald back there or just go for it once it's noticeably thinner?" And I responded, I said, "Great response. I will make a video response." And 2 people thumbs up that. And then he said, "Nick Shell, thank you. Stay safe." And I am staying safe and I'm making that response. So the question being, age 25, and now I was age 21 when I first shaved off my hair. He's 25. He's saying that he's in Norwood 2, which is the V hairline. He's saying that he's noticing that it's thinner up there, which as the case is for me. My hair is definitely thinner on top than it is on the sides. But his question is, when should he start shaving his head? So I love the intelligence of this. This is the kind of viewer that I actually appreciate and respect. He's not asking me, "Nick, how do I keep from going bald?" And I've answered that question many times. I'm not going to answer in this video. If you still don't know the answer to what the answer is, how do I stop from being bald, then you need to keep watching more of my videos till you figure it out. Because there's not a way. It's just a matter of embracing it, which he's doing, and that's why I respect him. So at what point should you just start buzzing off your hair because your crown is too thin? Here's my answer to you. I want to answer you directly from the moment of the last part of your question there, or actually not, the next last. He says, "When should I start buzzing or shaving my head?" My answer, Nick Shell says, right now, this very second. Stop the video, go get your clippers. I'll let you choose. Do you want a number 2 guard, a number 1, or no guard? You get to choose. That's your choice. Illusion of choice. Which one do you want? Personally, I recommend a number 2. I think if you've never shaved your head before, you should do a number 2 all over. Now granted, once you start doing that, you'll probably get addicted and you'll experiment with the 0 and you'll actually love the 0 the best. But I recommend starting with the number 2 and do it right now. Don't wait. Now, track with me though. Why am I telling you to do it now? Because you've noticed some thinning, therefore you should do it. The moment that you see any thinning, you should, nope. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you need to dive into that pool of cold water right now. You need to get a preview of what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, and how other people around you will respond to it, which is going to be this. I'm telling you how they're going to respond. "Zach, what did you do, man? Just because of COVID, you shaved off your hair? What's up with that? That's like overkill, huh?" And then 2 weeks later, you're still doing it. You're like, "You know what, Zach? I'll admit I thought it was kind of weird when you did that, but actually, you can really pull that off." That's how people respond to you. That's what they do. Because, you know, insecure guys will say, "I don't have the right head shape. Nick has the right head shape. I don't have the right head shape." But when they actually do it, then they're like, you have the right head shape when you do it. That's how you don't have the right head shape for it now because you have hair. Get rid of the hair and then you suddenly get the right head shape for it. So as a psychological experiment, shave it off right now is what I'm going to say. Now, to ultimately answer your question though, you're really asking me, at what point are you better off just shaving it off because your hair's so thin? And what I'm going to say is, no time soon. No time soon. The whole bald spot thing, I mean, you mentioned their ages, and there's a good chance that I'm going to be a guy that eventually does have a bald spot. I mean, I may never get worse than a Norwood 3, but I think I'm going to have a bald spot when it's all said and done. I may be 60 before it happens, and my hair may all be white by the time it happens, but I think it's going to eventually happen. But even then, I don't know that that's a reason to shave off my hair because I've lost so much at that point. So it's a matter of ultimately, I would say don't shave your head because of the thinning. Unless it's just so thin that like you can visibly, anybody else, and you can just look in a mirror and you can clearly see through the hair and you're looking at your scalp. I mean, you're seeing like patches of skin through that because there's so little hair, like a baby doll's hair, you know, like a dollar store doll where like you can just see like the plugs of hair. Like if it's that bad, okay, then do it. But see, I've given you an interesting answer to your question. You asked me when should you start shaving your hair because it's starting to thin. I say do it right now, but not because it's thinning, but because you need a preview of that if you haven't done that. And I recommend that for all of my viewers because I'm the leader of the hair loss cult. I'm telling you to shave off your hair. Why? Because it helps you face your fears. So many people are held back by their fears in life. If you fear going bald or it's something you think about at all, shave off your hair. Hey, it's COVID-19 right now. There's never been a better time to do this. You can totally get away with it right now. And let's face it, even when the barbers open back up, there's probably gonna be like a month waiting list just to get in there, right? So now's the best time to shave off all your hair, but not just because you're thinning. Until you can see your skin, your scalp clearly showing through little plugs of hair, then at that point, yeah, I think you're better off just buzzing it off. You're nowhere near that time. And you may not be until you're much older than me. Because even for me, my hair on top is definitely thinner. But I'm not in a situation where I need to do that. I mean, just look at me as an example. I'm nowhere near that point of needing to. But as a matter of facing your fears, you should absolutely do it right now. Your comments, your perspective on reality.